Food guilt is a real thing. And I rarely, if not ever, have food guilt over anything. And like, I used to have food guilt all the time. The biggest thing that I have for people is don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, I know it's scary. I know it's embarrassing. I know you feel like it's like, I should be able to do this on my own. It's not, you might feel worthless not being able to do it on your own, but the help is so necessary to really make a change. Knowing what I know now, that like, I would have never survived. Like, it's such a blessing to like know somebody like you. Like, you're right in front of so many people, and like, does it cost money? Yes, but so does your health. So like, it's not cheap to have a nutrition coach, but I can literally talk to you anytime I want. You're always there to help me. I have a community to help me. I have so many people that have come into the community and left the community that I still have, that I can still talk to. Like, it's so much more than just paying for somebody to guide you. It's so much more than that. It will change your whole life. I was not feeling fulfilled in what I was eating. Like, I was living on yogurt in the morning, a lean cuisine in the afternoon, and then whatever I could make fit at night. But I mean, it was working. The weight came off. I mean, it worked. That just wasn't something that there's no way I could have done that forever. Knowing what I know now, there's no way I could have done that for the rest of my life.
Let's jump to now. So let's skip everything in between. We're going to talk about that in a second. That's where you were then. Where are you now? If we're talking about like your lifestyle today, your quality of life today, what does that look like?
It is a complete 180. I don't have to think about food. I can eat on the fly and still see progress. I can make a split decision and not be scared of the scale or what my body's going to do. I can basically do all the things now and not feel the pressure of seeing the scale go up.
You feel like you got some of your life back now?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You can actually enjoy the family get-togethers or going out with your friends on the weekend, that kind of thing, without being so in your head. Did you ever imagine that things could change that much, that you could feel the way you do now? You could have the freedom that you do now?
No, I was terrified and I thought you were insane.
I get that a lot, actually. Like, are you sure that you really do this? Are you sure this works? And it does. It's like, because you come in with this mindset of like, I need to be so rigid. I need to be miserable. And we show you that you can do that. You can, but it's going to be short-lived. You don't have to be that way.
Prior to working with you, I worked with a trainer at Anytime Fitness, and that was obviously beneficial. And I think that had a lot to do with my weight loss. But my trainer left the gym and I was not really comfortable with working with anyone else. So I got into Beachbody, and that worked. I mean, I was seeing changes. Very boring, very repetitive, always the same thing. Mondays were the same, Tuesdays were the same, Wednesdays were the same. It got daunting. Getting up to work out was like, ugh, here we go again. Like, it started to become more of a burden than a blessing, I guess.
So you mentioned in that first episode that you weren't hungry. You weren't, you were in this weight loss mode, but there were things that you were so used to before, being miserable, having to miss out on, certain events or having to eat before you go to those events. This wasn't like that. Like, even in weight loss mode, it wasn't like that for you at all.
No, not even a little bit.
What kind of things were you able to do when you were losing weight that you weren't able to do before?
It sounds so like taboo and awful, but I remember sending you a message in my first calorie deficit, and I was like, Josh, I ate a Crunchwrap Supreme and a taco, and the scale went down this morning. Like, I was like, what is happening?
Isn't that like such a groundbreaking moment where you're like, holy shit, like I can have these things that I thought were completely off limits.
Yeah.
And it's not going to like sabotage me. I can actually still see forward progress.
Mm-hmm. I just want to put this out there. Like, if you think that you have to eat as little as possible to get the weight off, I was that girl and you do not. That isn't living. I was so miserable and I didn't even know it.
What was your workout situation before and what is it like now?
So I was doing Beachbody, and I mean, that's cardio intensive a couple times a week. There is some strength training, and like, if I didn't do it, oh my God, like the world was gonna come crashing down. I fought you tooth and nail on rest days. Like, I did. I didn't understand rest days. I thought cardio was where the weight loss came from and the body change and the body composition. And I think I would be a lot further along now had I not fought you so hard on workouts. But I'm not mad at myself because I learned. I feel great. I look great. My body's changing. I'm lifting heavier. I'm putting in the work. Honestly, I don't think my workouts would have changed if it wouldn't have been for you.
Were there any other like big beliefs that needed to shift for you? Like what were the key beliefs that needed to happen or shift to make this possible?
Cardio isn't king. Like that was one that needed to go. Another belief was you can eat all the things. Like I didn't think you could eat all the things. Like that belief needed to change a lot for me. That you can eat mashed potatoes and you can eat a bagel and you can eat like I think it was our first call. You were like, you can eat bagels. What's wrong with bagels? And I was like, bagels are like 15 points on Weight Watchers. That was like half my day. That's the life I was living.
Never again.
Like, never again. My gosh. Like, that just sounds insane now saying it.
What has the progress looked like for you? Like, if you could kind of show us a journey of that progress over time, what would you say?
So I was the most out of shape when I first started with you. And I remember I took those first pictures and I was like, oh my God, like what is happening? And then I think it was our second deficit. I sent you my starting pictures and I was like, holy crap, Josh, like what is this? Like it was such a change. I don't even look anything like that anymore. And there are shirts I was wearing when I first started with you that I was like, and then I just put a shirt on that didn't even fit when I started with you the other day and I wore it and it was fine. It's so hard to wrap your head around, but I'm so much healthier. It doesn't like the rest of it doesn't even matter. My health and well-being both are just so much better.